My name is Emily Carter. I'm 20 now, but this story begins 2 years ago when I was still trying to figure out my place in a home that had never quite felt like mine. My mom, Karen, remarried when I was 16. After my dad left, she was completely heartbroken, so when she met Tom, this charming, well-put-together guy with a calm voice and a gentle smile, I hoped maybe he would be the one to bring light back into our home. Tom had 2 kids from his previous marriage, both older than me and living out of state, so it was mostly just the 3 of us. First, it was nice. Tom always said the right things. He asked about my grades, complimented my artwork, and even helped with college applications. Mom seemed happy, which meant I could finally breathe again. Or so I thought. The first time something felt off, I brushed it off. I was in my room one night. Nothing weird, just watching Netflix, and Tom knocked softly before coming in. He asked if I needed anything, and when I said no, he lingered for a second too long. His eyes scanned the room, then me, and he smiled. Not like a father figure should. Something about it made me uncomfortable. But I told myself I was overthinking it. I mean, this was the man who'd practically saved my mom from depression. Over the next few months, things got weirder. Tom started making small comments. First, they seemed innocent. "You're growing up fast," he'd say, watching me a little too closely. Or, "That top's a little short, huh?" It didn't help that Mom was working double shifts by then. Nights mostly. So it was often just me and Tom in the house. He'd bring home takeout, sit too close on the couch, sometimes letting his hand brush against my arm or back a little too familiarly. Still, nothing truly happened, so I kept my thoughts to myself. Until one night. Everything changed. It was around midnight. I'd been up studying for finals and had headphones in. I didn't hear the footsteps until Tom opened my bedroom door. I jumped, yanking my earbuds out. "Tom," I said, trying to keep my voice calm. "You scared me." He was just standing there in the dim light from the hallway, not saying anything. Then he walked in and closed the door behind him. That's when I felt real fear. He smiled, sat on the edge of my bed and said, "I just wanted to talk. You've been distant lately." I told him I was tired, but he didn't move. He reached out, tucking a strand of hair behind my ear and said, "You know, you're really beautiful, Emily." My heart was pounding. I tried to keep my voice steady. Think you should go. This is weird." He paused, his eyes narrowing just slightly. Then he chuckled like it was some joke. "Relax. You're so serious. I was just being nice." But the way he looked at me said otherwise. He finally left, but that night I barely slept. The next morning I skipped class and went to the library instead, trying to figure out what to do. Do I tell my mom? Would she even believe me? Tom had always been the perfect guy in her eyes. Caring, helpful, reliable. Would she think I was lying? But then, something unexpected happened. A week later, Mom came home early from work. I was in the kitchen when I heard raised voices from their room. Then the sound of something breaking. I crept to the hallway and heard Mom say, "Who the hell is Samantha?" My breath caught. Tom stammered, trying to explain, but Mom was already crying. She'd found texts. Dozens of them, from someone named Samantha, and not just friendly messages. They were full-blown conversations about meeting up, booking hotels, and even trash-talking my mom. I should have felt vindicated, but I just felt sick. Mom stormed out of the room, mascara running down her cheeks. She saw me, stopped, and hugged me tighter than she had in months. "He cheated on me," she whispered. "He cheated on me." I didn't know what to say. I couldn't tell her everything, not yet. Felt like too much all at once. In the following days, the house was like a war zone. Tom moved into the guest room. He tried to act like nothing was wrong with me, like he hadn't violated my privacy or made me question my safety. But I avoided him completely. Then one afternoon, Mom sat me down and said, "Emily, I need to ask you something. And please be honest." My heart dropped. She looked tired, defeated. "Has Tom ever made you feel uncomfortable?" There it was. The question I'd been waiting for. And I finally told her. Everything. The long stares, the late-night visit, The way he crossed boundaries under the disguise of concern. To my surprise and immense relief, she didn't doubt me for a second. Her face crumpled as she listened. She kept saying, "I'm so sorry. I should have seen it. I should have seen it." We cried together for a long time that night. And the next morning she told Tom to leave. For good. We changed the locks. She filed for divorce a week later. It was a long road after that. There were moments when the silence in the house felt unbearable, like the ghosts of all the almosts and what-ifs haunted every corner. But there was also healing. I started therapy. So did my mom. We talked more than we ever had. Real conversations, not just surface-level chats about school or chores. She apologized over and over, but I told her it wasn't her fault. We were both victims of a man who wore a perfect mask. Looking back now, 2 years later, I'm proud of us. Proud that we made it through. Proud that I spoke up. Proud that she listened. Because the truth is, not every story like mine ends this way. Some girls stay silent. Some moms never believe. And some families break in ways that never get fixed. But we survived. We're stronger now. Closer. And if there's anything I want others to take away from this, it's this. Your instincts matter. If something feels off, speak up. Don't second-guess yourself just because the world expects you to stay quiet. Because sometimes the people closest to you are the ones who hurt you the most. But with truth, courage, and the right support, you can reclaim your story. And that's exactly what I did.